Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. This is a bit of a different video for me because I've not done a pregnancy video before. I've not been pregnant before. So if you normally watch my channel for makeup related things and you're not interested at all in pregnancy, this video will not be for you, and that is fine. So I am currently 32 weeks pregnant, and I just found that watching YouTube videos about other people being pregnant has really helped me to feel calm about myself being pregnant. Not that I felt uncalm, it was a very planned pregnancy, but I just love hearing about all other people's experiences. So I thought that I would make a few videos to share my own experiences because I have just loved these so much and I have found them so helpful. I actually wasn't loving YouTube that much before I got pregnant. I don't know, I felt like I was watching the same beauty videos all the time and I just wasn't that into it. And so when I fell pregnant, it kind of opened a whole new YouTube world for me, and that was really amazing. I binge watched a lot of pregnancy videos. So this video is going to be about my first trimester of pregnancy, which for a lot of people is the worst trimester of pregnancy. And it'll be all about kind of the things that I did and my experiences and how I felt and stuff like that. So my husband and I were trying for a baby, and so I found out pretty early that I was pregnant. I took a pregnancy test, I think 5 days before my period was due, because that's when they say they can work from, and it was negative. And then I took another one, I think 3 days before my period was due, and it was also negative. And then I took one the day my period was due, and it was positive. To be honest, I was really expecting it to be another negative test, I guess because I'd taken 2 already. So I was super excited when it was positive. I kind of just walked into the room that my husband was in and I was like, what do we do now? So it was pretty exciting. So we decided to wait until my period was supposed to be over before we went to the doctor. And when we went to the doctor, according to when my last period ended, I guess, I think that's what they calculate it from, I was about 6 weeks pregnant. So we were very excited. And so the doctor gave me a referral for an ultrasound, for an 8-week ultrasound. So we went for that in the next 2 weeks. So when we went to the doctor, she asked what we had done to kind of figure out how we were pregnant. And we said that we'd taken a pregnancy test, and we actually took another one the day before we went to the doctor, or the day we went to the doctor, just to double check, and obviously that was positive as well. So after we had done that, she said that there wasn't much point in doing the blood test because those stick tests are pretty intensely accurate, and she could have given us another P test at the doctor's surgery, but it was going to be pretty much the same thing as what we had already done. So we didn't do any of that. She just gave us a referral for our ultrasound for 8 weeks. So after we went to the doctors, we pretty much told my mum straight away. And she was, and my little sister, they were the only 2 people that we told straight up. Oh, and my mum's partner, and my sister's partner actually. So we told 4 people straight up. I think we were just super excited and didn't want to keep the news in just to ourselves. And then we went for our 8-week ultrasound 2 weeks later, and the ultrasound showed that I was only 6 weeks and 2 days pregnant. So I have a fairly long cycle, and so because of that, yeah, we were 2 weeks earlier than we thought we were, but that was totally fine. Not a problem at all. The only thing was that meant we had to wait an extra 2 weeks before we told people. So obviously you can tell people whenever you want, but we decided that we were going to wait until we had our 12-week scan before we started announcing it to the rest of our family and friends. However, I could not wait that long to tell a lot of my close friends. So my best friend, I told her when I was 8 weeks, and then a few of my other friends, I told them when we were 10 weeks because we got the Harmony test. So the Harmony test is a blood test where they test for a bunch of different chromosomal abnormalities, including Down syndrome, and you can find out the sex of your baby. So we went for the Harmony test. In Australia, it's not covered by Medicare, so it cost $495, I believe, but my husband and myself are kind of not stress heads, but we're anxious people. And we were like really worried that there was going to be something happened to the pregnancy to make it not viable. So we just kind of went for every single test that we could get. So really spending the extra $500 was not a problem for us. The test took about a week to come back, and everything came back low risk, which was awesome. And we found out we were having a baby boy. So we went to the doctor to get our Harmony test results, and they were all good. So she gave us a referral for our 12-week scan, which is the nuchal translucency scan, which they measure like a little part in the back of their neck, and I think it's to do with spina bifida. I'm fairly certain that it's to do with spina bifida. So the folic acid tablets that they tell you to take for like preconception and then once you fall pregnant is to reduce the risk of getting spina bifida, as well as getting all these other kind of nutrients into your body. So we had that 12-week scan and everything was great. He was looking awesome. It was so amazing to be able to see like a little baby with a little head and little arms and everything after our 6-week scan, which was kind of just like a little circle with a heartbeat, which was also great, but not as great as being able to see like a proper baby in there. And then after I had my 12-week scan, I booked in for the hospital. So we are going through the public healthcare system in Australia, which is pretty great. There's essentially no cost or very small cost, which is amazing. Although you are supposed to book in at the hospital at 10 weeks. So we were a little bit late. By the time we actually had our first midwife appointment, we were at 13 weeks, which is the start of the second trimester. So I'll talk about that in my second trimester video. So as far as the way I felt in the first trimester, look, it wasn't the best experience that I've ever had. I was very excited. However, I felt sick pretty much the whole time. Maybe from like 6 weeks onwards, I just constantly felt like I was going to vomit. I didn't vomit many times, only a few. So I got like a super, super sensitive gag reflex. And whenever I would brush my teeth, I would like start gagging, and that's what made me vomit a couple of times. And whenever I would try to take my folic acid tablets, I would like shove them in, and then this is really like TMI, but they would make me vomit into my mouth, and then I would have to swallow like the tablet and my vomit together. It was really disgusting. So I kept that up for I think 6 weeks until I went to my midwife appointment, and she was like, well, just stop taking those if they're making you vomit. That's terrible. So that was great news. Other than that, I just felt really, really, really tired all the time. So I would come home from work and I would have to have a nap. If I was at work and I like stopped moving, thankfully my job like requires you to be pretty on all the time, but I do have a couple of hours every week where like I'm not with the children. So in that time I was like so tired. I felt like I wanted to lie on my classroom floor and have a nap. I never did, but that just like this wave of tiredness would come over me anytime that I stopped moving. So I really just tried to keep going the whole day, and then every single day I came home and had a nap, and I was probably in bed at 8:30 every single night. Other than that, I didn't have too many symptoms, except for very, very tender breasts, but that's normal. Mine grew a lot in the first trimester. In fact, I think they grew the most then than they have throughout the rest of my pregnancy. So at 10 weeks, I had to go and buy new bras, and I bought maternity bras just because I was like, well, I might as well just keep these and then do my breastfeeding like with these, and those still fit me, which is great. So I went to bras and things, and the girls there like gave me bras that were a little bit bigger so that I could still continue to grow, and then when my milk comes in, hopefully they still fit, although like they're getting pretty full now. But so I went in at 10 weeks and they were like, oh well, normally people don't come in till like 16 weeks. I'm like, mate, I am desperate. My other bras were cutting into me so badly. And hot tip, get bras without underwire, because the underwire, like now that I'm 32 weeks especially, it just leaves these huge red marks where like my belly has started to grow up next to my boobs and it like digs in. It's not good. Go for no wire. They're the best. But that is essentially pretty much everything that happened in the first trimester. I can't think of any other like glaringly obvious things that I wanted to talk about. If I do think of them, then I'll just chuck them in my second trimester video. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. I will do a few more pregnancy videos, but I am going to be doing still makeup videos as well. So if you are here for those, then stick around. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.